What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so happy to have all my Capricorn friends here with me today. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you all on the subject of love. I'm losing my words here. So do keep in mind these are going to be general messages. That means not everything I say is going to resonate with all the Capricorns out there. That's fine. That's normal. I hope lots of this resonates with you, but more than likely pieces and parts of it will. If you want additional messages or more clarity, feel free to check out that Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for additional messages. I always encourage you guys to come into this with an open mind and an open heart. Sometimes messages will resonate down the line in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months. If they do, that's fantastic. That means it was your message. That being said, you never need to force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. If something doesn't seem to resonate, simply push it aside and move on. There are thousands of amazing tarot readers on YouTube. Don't limit yourself to one. All right? So for my Capricorn friends in love, if you don't have a person currently, that's fine. This may be about someone coming in. This may be about someone in your past. And yeah, for those going through a difficult time, that's what this is for. I'm hoping it helps the Capricorns out there that need it. Cross watchers are welcome. Let's start. So, in your past, Knight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and High Priestess. All right. So Piscean energy, or Cancer, or Scorpio with that Knight of Cups. An emotional offer of some kind, movement in the right direction. It feels very happy and joyous and victorious. Sometimes this can be like the hopeless romantic, the dreamer, someone who's out of touch with reality. But I actually don't get that from this. Something about being grounded, Capricorn, but at the same time a fish out of water. I know that's kind of an absurd metaphor there. But the term fish out of water, it's something new. It's something different. You may feel out of your element, but it's bringing you so much joy and happiness and victory. It's yeah, there's some sort of like triumphant win here in the arena of love. Maybe you feel like that expression, you know, I hit the jackpot with this one. Maybe you feel like you've landed this person in your life that brings you so much joy and happiness, but there's a part of you that still does that like self-deprecating thing of like, I don't know why they're with me, but there's something they like. I don't see it. It's that kind of energy. Yeah, you feel like you won the jackpot by being with this person. Capricorn, that's such a sweet message. Interesting. So then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the assessment card. Sometimes it's the card of, is it worth it? Looking at the seeds we plant and wondering if they'll grow or how they'll grow. I'm speaking all in metaphor, of course. But the idea of, okay, if we want this to land, if we want this to take off, what ingredients are we going to need? How can we mix this up to get the biggest bang for our buck? Some of you may be looking at buying a house or doing something that involves like your bank account. And yeah, being very careful about how you're going to plan the pieces out to that. And then this High Priestess has come out quite a bit in these love readings. And she has a baby, which is very unique to this deck. So yes, some of you may be in the very early stages of planning on adding another to the mix, right? Of potentially having a little baby or something. And so maybe you're really trying to be careful with money, or looking, again, moving of a house potentially. It doesn't have to be literally having a child, but the idea of creating something together. There's this gung-ho attitude with this card of, yes, we love each other and it's joyous and it's awesome, but there's also a need to be very grounded and down to earth and sensical about it. Such earth sign energy. All right, interesting. What should we clarify? Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. What is this assessment about? This could also be the idea that one person is more gung-ho than the other. If it's not about the relationship, just about something you want to create together or some project or endeavor you want to work on, and maybe someone is having more reservations than the other. And the High Priestess can sometimes mean secrets. And I'm not saying that to get you all nervous. I think secret, it's just like they're not being forthright with the information of what they're really thinking. They're choosing to remain silent. maybe because they see you, Capricorn, you're all excited and you can't wait, and they're like, yeah, okay, like, let's do it. But on the inside, they're like, I don't really like this idea. Like, something as simple as, like, I don't want to paint the wall that color, but they seem so excited. I don't want to rain on their parade. A little bit of secret energy. You might be dealing with another water sign, particularly Scorpio or Cancer. All right. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles for Capricorn. The Four of Cups. Yeah, that's sort of what I was sensing. It's not that this person is in disagreement. In fact, if they are, they're not vocalizing it. But it's really not that. The Four of Cups is just meh, it's all right. That's Four of Cups, and that's what I was sensing about, like, you're like, yes, this is awesome. I can't believe this. I'm so excited. There's a gif of that girl at, like, a baseball game or something, and she's just eating cotton candy, and she's just like, oh, like she's amped up on sugar, and, like, I'm just getting excitement. Pure joy, elation, and excitement from you. I almost called you Pisces. You might be dealing with a Pisces. Capricorn. And then your person is just like, I don't know if they're just more analytical or, yeah, like withdrawn, but the Four of Cups is having reservations. The idea of not being inspired or not having that joy incited from the cups that sit in front of you, from the emotions. Whatever this task is, it's not bringing this, I am thinking it's your person, satisfaction. They're just kind of like, eh. For some of you, it might be a relationship, and that this, you know, you're wholeheartedly in it, and maybe you are in that hopeless romantic dreamer state of, this is my person and we love each other and we're gonna get married and blah blah blah. But if it's relatively new, maybe your person is being really careful what emotions they offer back to you. They might be a little bit guarded because they haven't decided emotionally how they feel about this project or this endeavor, or of how this could grow, right? Again, the things we sow, the crops that yield from the seeds. And yeah, they're being a little bit held back or secretive. All right. So in your present, Capricorn, oof, you got the soulmate card right in the middle of your spread. I like that. Four of Wands. It can also be a steady, solid foundation. You have 2 4s in a row, and 4s, just by nature, they are kind of the comfort zone. They're sturdy and they're solid, but ultimately it is the idea of, if we want to grow and progress from here, we're going to have to get out of that comfort zone and take some risks, and maybe risk losing something in order to gain more. Sometimes. So you also have the 2 of Wands, so different paths, different directions you could take. And then you have the Page of Wands. So you have Wands across the board, heavy fire energy. And yeah, this is about having fun, plain and simple. It's about what motivates you and what inspires you. For those working on some sort of creative project or creative endeavor, it's trying to find inspiration in little outlets and nooks of life, in nature, where what incites passion, what is going to make this project thrive. But really, it's about you internally. What raises your spirits, what lifts you up and what gets your head in the game, almost like football coach, like, come on guys, like, let's do it. There's that mentality of, like, raising the vibration, because yeah, right now you or your person is kind of in this, like, whatever energy. I don't love that. And this might be you. Feel free to swap around the roles, but yeah, so under this person who's just elated with joy, I think it's you, Capricorn. Maybe it's your person. They've already chosen the path. It's like they're not even acknowledging the other one. Like, yes, they're standing in the middle, but they are clearly favoring this side. And there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, they hold a bluebird in their hand. There's innocence, there's potentiality, there's potential flight, right? Growth, opportunity. Something about, like, the world on a string, or, I don't know, opportunity in your hand. This person is just gung-ho and excited about, I think, leaving the past behind, or I don't even know if it's the past. Sorry, I spoke too soon. It's not the past. It's leaving the familiar behind to go off on this new adventure. Wands frequently have to do with travel, right? The interesting thing about this card, though, is that this man he's actually tied to the posts. So as much as he may want to travel and move forward with this opportunity that he's so excited about, potentially this relationship, there's another factor to be considered here, and I'm almost representing like this is the other person in the relationship. See, now I'm almost wanting to do like a 180 of who's who. We'll clarify as we go through, but yes, again, this is falling under the same person. If whoever wants to go forward, eventually, if they haven't realized it yet, they're going to be held back because they're not on the same page as this other person. This other person is just seeing things differently. They don't have the same swell of emotion that comes up regarding this project, regarding this relationship, regarding this decision, regarding this. It could be a vacation you're planning, this travel. You may just have very different ideas of what you want and how you want to move forward. So to me, this is almost like coming to a fair agreement, meeting in the middle, literally, right? Coming to a decision that mirrors one another, just getting on the same page. Because ultimately, it's like you can't grow together if you're splintering off in different directions. So with the page, I think it's advocating for you guys to communicate with each other, and not only do the talking, do the listening. Oh, and you know what's interesting? Oh, Capricorn, this is falling under the High Priestess, the one who doesn't speak, right? She's the secret keeper. She's not about action or vocalizing. She's about internal knowledge. Right? Information. She has a book. There's a lot to say. She has a lot of knowledge going on, or thoughts going on in her head, rather. So it's almost like that's your person, and this is you needing to listen. Look at him, right? Or vice versa. You're the one who's not communicating, and your person needs to start listening to your ideas. And not only that, like, really, I want to say misreading the signs, because for a lot of you, this person seems very naive, almost, I don't know if selfish is the right term, but it's almost like they haven't even considered your opinion, because their truth is the truth. They feel it in their heart, right? Water signs, right? He knows there's love in his heart for this person or you or this project, whatever it is. But it's almost like he's so engulfed in his own emotions and excitement. It's good. He's completely neglected to understand that, like, you have great reservations. Your emotions are not on that level as his. And I'm saying his because of the Knight. You can toss gender out the window. It doesn't matter, right? Whoever is not communicating needs to start, and the other person needs to listen. These two birds on the tree, they need to come together in harmony and start having a conversation. I'm sorry the lighting is so bad. What is this Page of Wands going to hear? What does he need to be enlightened to? That's what this is. He needs to be enlightened to some sort of idea. Something that hasn't been communicated in the past. He starts to listen. Again, he because of the card, male or female, whatever. Justice. Yeah, balancing out of ideas, but also truth. Someone's inner truth. Someone's snake in the grass. I don't know what that is about. There's a reason why this person is holding back. And I don't know. I don't want to jump to third party energy, but because because there's a baby. I don't know. Are there other commitments of why this person can't get involved emotionally on the same level as you? Why they can't invest the same emotions or potentially time or energy? The weird thing is I feel like the person who has reservations is doing more work. This person is more like the artistic, dreamer, creative type. This person is more of the tangible, let's not get carried away, let's keep ourselves very grounded. Yeah, it's like you guys are just viewing this situation from very different perspectives, and you have to meet in the middle. But what this page needs to hear has to do with justice, contracts, legal agreements, something about like the past coming back to not bite you in the, I don't know, what is the expression? To bite you in the ass? I don't know. Revealing of information, though, that's going to balance the scales out. Justice. Maybe dealing with a Libra. If this is like a business partnership or a friend, maybe they have a family that is reliant on them. I don't really see a lot of third-party energy, so I don't want to jump to that. Goodness, why are we seeing justice here? Maybe it's just justice because this person finally gets a chance to speak. Uninterrupted, I just heard. Maybe this person feels like they've been silenced. Maybe you're talking down to them and they feel like you're treating them like a child or like a baby, like their opinion doesn't matter. That's what this is. Thank you, Spirit. That was taking me a while. Yeah, it's like how I was saying, they're so gung-ho. They've already decided the direction. I think you've been overlooked. You feel like this person isn't taking your opinions or your emotions into consideration. Maybe they want to move the family across the country and you're just like, wait a minute, what? But it's like they've already decided, and so they didn't even consider. That's what this is. It's justice because you're leveling the playing field. Once you start speaking and communicating, Capricorn, that you're not on board, that you're not happy. That's what this is. You're hitting them with a truth bomb. This is actually similar to Pisces reading a little bit. Yeah, that's what this is. Okay. The sword of truth, the sword of justice. It's going to level the playing field, and I hate to say, like, rain on this person's parade because they think it's all sunshine and rainbows. Naively, I want to say. It's not that they're malicious and like, please, Capricorn, like, I got this. It's not that. They're just so enlightened and joyous about this potential, whatever it is, project, outcome, whatever. They're out of touch with reality. That's just what's coming through here. Interesting. All right, so in your future, we all have free will. Nothing is set in stone. Potentially coming into your future is the Fool, a new energy. Okay, so interesting. Very rarely do I read the Fool card as a literal fool, but I do here. Because again, this person is so naive and so focused on themselves and their emotions and their idea and just this gung-ho charging energy of I feel it, so it's the truth, and this is how we're doing it. Again, I've decided this direction, this path. This path is leading them off a cliff. And again, the Fool card generally is a great card, but here it's like they're being foolish. They're not at all considering the potential outcome. They're not assessing what's around them accurately. They've got their head in dreamland, and so they don't even see the ground in front of them. They're about to drop into the ocean. And that's sort of what I'm getting is the result of you laying down some heavy truth bombs about where you stand. And I'm going to be real, for a lot of you, I don't think this is like the relationship is ending. You know, you're going to know that. This seems like a seasoned relationship of sorts, but again, there's things that haven't been spoken about that need to come to light, that need to come to the surface. And I am getting your person's in the dark. You've kept them in the dark because you're not telling them. You're not communicating with them. And so both people are not completely in the right here. You know, I think whichever party you are, Capricorn, either you haven't been vocal in the past to your own demise, or you haven't been considerate of your partner's emotions and feelings and whatever. But yeah, someone is, they didn't look before they leapt, whatever. That's what this card is saying. It's literal fool, or literally being the fool, I should say. And it's because it's card 0. It's a new chapter. It's a new beginning. It's a new cycle. With this, it's like this person's gonna have to start from scratch because whatever they thought they were building with these wands, yeah, I don't think you're on board, Capricorn. I just don't. Sorry, Capricorn, I looked up and my camera froze, so I have no idea where this cut off, but hopefully you're still with me. What's falling under the 4 of Wands is the Lover's card. So that's actually really optimistic, right? There is a coming together. There is a choice that is made, right? And it looks like a pretty happy choice. It looks like you guys do get on the same page and maybe have a heart-to-heart. You might be dealing with a Gemini, right? I think you found out that, pardon the cheesy metaphor, but the vision, the dream come true, the goal, the end results, the rainbow that leads to your pot of gold, they were leading to different pots of gold. You were not in alignment of where this was growing or where this was headed. And so I think you guys come together and at least have a discussion about it, right? Sword energy with Gemini. But whether it's choosing a partner or a friend or making an important decision, it's what you know it's correct because it's what your heart tells you. And so we know that, I think this is your partner, has been driven by their heart the whole time, right? I want to say, Capricorn, you've been driven a little bit more by, again, solid footing, the tangible. Maybe you're more concerned about the financial aspects, the financial realities of what's being presented here. What decision is being made here? Is it choosing partnership? Is it... What do we need to know about this Lover's card? I'm just getting this fool of jumping off the cliff. He's headed towards, I think, trying to mend this accidentally. It's like he takes it so far and ends up in such a predicament or a pickle by, looking before he leaps. When he falls into the ocean, that freezing cold ocean below, he's going to be shocked. And I think it has to do with the idea of revealing truths. Things that you've always been thinking but not saying. That's going to come to light. And again, brightness, illumination, right? He goes from the dark to the light. That's going to offer the potential to try and fix this relationship or this communication gap or problem if you want to, Capricorn. It's going to open the doors to finally fix this and make sure it is on a solid foundation before you take this any further. For some of you, it is a relationship. For some of you, it's a project or a home you're building or a family you're trying to build or something you're trying to do together. Clarify the Lovers for Capricorn. Clarify the Lovers for Capricorn, please. What is this Lovers card? The Six of Swords. Okay, so the Six of Swords is typically the card of moving on. That can mean a lot of things, right? It doesn't have to mean moving on from this relationship. It could mean moving on from past difficulties, from past... It's funny, you really don't have any bad cards here, though. Aside from the Four of Cups, which isn't necessarily bad, it's just lacking passion, right? You don't have the Five of Swords. You don't have the Five of Wands. You don't have the Eight of Swords. You don't have the Nine of... All these cards of conflict, anxiety, arguments, bickering, fighting, savage actions or whatever. Winning at all costs. You don't have any of that. Your two biggest flaws are a lack of passion and secrets. Is that the secret? Hey, I'm not passionate about this relationship. I like you, but I just want to be friends. I thought you were my soulmate, but I think we're better friends. Is that your secret, Capricorn? I don't know. You guys know. This fool opportunity, looking before you leap, someone rushed in too quickly, but it was divinely guided. This was meant to happen because it was a catalyst that opened these doors up. I'm almost getting like doorways here. It's like you both are stepping through the doorway to each other to discover something. Matters of the heart, right? Where does your rainbow lead? I'm getting major like 10 of Cups vibes of the discussion about it. What is your fairy tale ending? Because this is mine. It's like, boy, we really got ahead of ourselves because this felt so good, but then somebody was assessing it later on or in the moment, whatever. Six of Swords is moving on from past difficulties. We've had to learn some difficult lessons along the way. And I mean, because this is the Six of Swords, okay. The Five of Swords came before it, which is the idea of someone looking back in the past and regretting something. That's your person. I think they're regretting that they didn't take your ideas into consideration or maybe your feelings. And this could all be one little spat, right? This doesn't have to be the end of a relationship. This could be an argument you guys have had over the past couple weeks or the past couple months. This is just what's coming up now. So it could be moving on from, these are kind of sexy cards. I can't show all of it, but this could be moving on from that Five of Swords conflict and reconciling, making love, makeup sex, right? That's what this could be. Moving on from the past. And the past doesn't have to be, you know, when the relationship was happy, right? It's getting over things to potentially reconnect, to find the romance or the passion again. Or again, as I was saying, to really get down to the nitty gritty, the details, the analysis of, is this going to grow? Are we better as friends? Are we soulmates? Were we karmic partners? Were we destined to meet for a season and then split ways? Again, everybody has free will. You are the driver of your chariot, so to say. You can determine what's going to come up. These are just energies showing you like a potential roadmap of, hey, if you're headed this way, this is what might await for you. So then we have the Queen of Swords. All right. So before, when I think you, Capricorn, were not communicating your ideas, now you're in Queen of Swords energy. You're going to stand up for what you believe in. You will not be silenced. You're going to vocalize your ideas now. She's the Queen of Communication, right? And in Libra energy, it's a Libra card, a balancing of the scales. There's equal give and take. There's equal emotions involved. There's equal ideas being put on the table and considered, right? It's not so one-sided of your partner. Again, God bless them. I think they had good intentions, but again, it was very naive to think that their truth was the only truth. And again, it was based in emotions and passion. It was based in like this fire energy of just, I gotta go because I'm excited. Excitement is so prevalent here. All these cards, even the Fool, it's very naive. They don't have, you know, bad intent. But yeah, they didn't quite stick the landing on this. They kind of screwed something up with you, Capricorn. Yeah, I think you were angry or hurt. Or just didn't care. That's coming up here too. Let's clarify this Queen of Swords. What do you need to know about her? There is something very stubborn about this Queen of Swords too, like she won't be pushed around. Okay, so here's the thing. Some of you may be wanting to call it quits or take a break or even like that, even something as simple as sleep on the couch, like I don't want to talk to you tonight, that kind of thing. This relationship could potentially go in that direction, and if that's the case, your person may be coming in to apologize or try and make it right. And you may be kind of icing them out, freezing them out, or giving them the silent treatment. I don't think it's forever, but you know that like they screwed up and they know that the power rests with you now. Like the fate of this relationship rests in your hands now. It's like you took back the power because for so long they were leading the charge because you had no choice. They weren't considering you anyway, right? So yeah, now it's like, I'm in control now. I'm the queen. We're going to do it my way. Like that Frank Sinatra song. I did it my way. I think that's what I'm going to call your video. The Two of Cups. Yeah. The rebuilding of a relationship or potentially the reconciliation. Fixing it. And it's younger energy too. The Two of Cups. It's not down the line. It's like, I do think there's a fixing about this. And again, I'm not saying this is going to end in divorce. I'm not saying it's going to end with you two moving out of each other's place or whatever. This seems kind of like a hurdle you have to get over. And to be honest, the simplest way to get over it is by communicating your feelings or lack thereof. But she's the Queen of Communication, right? And she knows what she wants. She's very absolute about her thoughts. She, again, as I said, she's kind of stubborn. When she has a thought, it is her belief that it is truth and it is justice. It's kind of like a turning of the tables. Your knight who is so gung-ho about his ideas and his emotions, now it's like, no, we're going to do it my way. And ultimately, as I was saying, Capricorn, it's up to you if you want this Two of Cups to come together again. If you want to exchange love, if you want to share cups with this person. Does your cup runneth over? Does this person light your fire? Like all these cheesy metaphors. It's kind of, I hate to say it, but the more I look at it, do you love this person? Do you love this person enough to reconcile it, to move on and get over, you know, past arguments or whatever? Do you want to come together? Or again, was this someone you were supposed to meet and learn lessons about? Maybe the whole purpose of this was for you to come into your own, to realize that you've been suffering in silence in maybe multiple relationships in your life. And again, this was like the trigger or the initiator to bring out a whole new Capricorn so that you're not stuck. Devil energy, right? To like release you into the world with this new set freedom. If this is you, realize the mistakes you've been making poor decisions, looking or not looking before you leap, getting into relationships that could have been healthier. Because maybe your sword of truth was pointed down. It wasn't channeling those higher vibrations, those messages from God, from universe, whatever. It was stuck in the ground. It was frozen. It needed to be thawed out a little bit. Well, you know what's going to thaw it out is some steamy relationships, some makeup sex. You had a couple cards of like, yeah, makeup sex. This relationship can be fixed, but I mean, again, obviously, I would advise that you guys make sure that emotionally you're on the same page, that there's enough love flowing, right? Like energy, it needs to flow. If water, love, isn't going back and forth between cups, it's stale. It's still water. It's going to smell and mold and get disgusting, right? The metaphor here, right? The energy between you two, the love needs to be in constant motion, flowing back and forth. Is there passion? In the past, there wasn't. So find the passion and fix it, or maybe you choose to sever it, right? That could be what this Queen of Swords is doing. Maybe she decides to cut it once and for all, to move on. All right, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. The decision rests with you. Queen of Cups, bottom of the deck. So Queen of Love, for the cross watchers who just peed their pants, this is very optimistic. The Queen of Love, Cancerian energy. All right, let me know in the comments below what resonated for everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. That helps me a whole bunch. And I will see you Capricorns next time. Bye.